It's for the...
Session is called to order. All please rise for the Philippine National Anthem.
Bayang magiliw, perlas ng silanganan, alam ng puso, sa titik mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, duyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulupit, di ka pasisingil, sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong baghaw, may nilang ang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang kislap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagdidikdik, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng walaming pagsinta, buhay ay langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya na pag may mga ating magmamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Please remain standing for a minute of silent prayer. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we call the roll of members.
Is there any objection? The Chair hears none. The Secretary General is directed to read call the roll of members.
Roll call of members. Honorable Representatives. Abalos, Abante, Abunda, Acharon, Asidre, Acop, Adjong, Advincula, Agaraw, Alba, Albano, Almario, Almonte, Alonte, Alvarez Jose, Alvarez Mercedes, Alvarez Pantaleon, Amante, Amatong, Angara, Aquino, Aquino Magsaysay, Arbison, Arenas, Arrogancia, Asistio, Ataide, Aumentado, Balindong, Barba, Barbers, Baronda, Barzaga, Baskug, Bautista, Bautista Lim, Benitez, Bernos, Billones, Biron, Bolilia, Bondok, Bungalon, Bordado, Bosita, Briones, Brosas, Buhain, Bulot Begtang, Bustos, Cabredo, Cagas, Kahayon Uy, Calderon, Calixto, Campos, Kawagdan, Cardema, Cari, Castro Franz, Castro Jane, Celeste, Chan, Chato, Chua, Chungalaw, Ko Angelica Natasha, Ko Elizaldi, Ko Pilar, Ko Hanko Jaime, Ko Hanko Mark, Colada, Coliantes, Corvera, Cruz Ambrosio, Cruz Ricardo, Kuwa, Quaresma, Dagook, Dalipe, Dalog, Dayanghirang, Daza, De Jesus, De Venecia, Defensor, Del Mar, De Los Santos, Dimaporo Muhammad Khalid, Dimaporo City Amina, Dionisio, Domingo, Duavit, Duhali, Duterte, Di Faustino Ino, Di Faustino Michael Carlos, Di Ian Paul, Ecleo, Emano, Enverga, Escudero, Espares, Espina, Estrella, Yudela, Fariñas, Fernandez, Ferrer Antonio, Ferrer Juliet Marie, Flores, Fortes, Frasco, Fresnedi, Fuentebella, Galeyos, Garcia Albert, Garcia Dante, Garcia Jose Arturo, Garcia Maria Angela, Garcia Pablo Jan, Garcia Vincent, Garjola, Garin, Gasataya, Gato, Goed Christopher, Gromart, Goles, Gomez, Gonzaga, Gonzales Aurelio, Gonzales Neptali, Gonzales Sandro, Goriseta, Gico, Gintu, Gulyas, Gutierrez, Hagedorn, Haresco, Ataman, Hernandez, Herrera, Horibata, Javier, Ko Olga, Ko Ricardo, Ko Wilton, Konghun, Labad-Labad, Lacson, Lacson Noel, Lagman, Lagon Daphne, Lagon Sani, Lara, Lazatin, Lee, Ligarda, Libanan, Limkaychong, Loyola, Luistro, Lumayag, Makapagal Arroyo, Maceda, Madrona, Magsino, Malapitan, Mangawang, Manikis, Manuel, Marañon, Marculeta, Marcos, Mariano Hernandez, Mariño, Marquez, Martinez, Mastura, Matibag, Matugas, Mendoza, Mercado, Mercado Revilla, Miguel, Momo, Morden, Nava, Nisay, Noel, Nograles Juan Fidel Felipe, Nograles Margarita, Nolasco, Ominal, Olaso, Olivares, Ongchuan, Ordanes, Ortega, Uwano Dizon, Padiernos, Paduano, Paglas, Palma, Panaligan, Pancho, Panotes, Pascual, Peña, Pimentel, Plaza, Pleito, Primicias Agabas, Pumaren, Puno, Kimbo, Rama, Recto, Regencia, Remulia, Revilla Brian, Revilla Ramon Yolo, Reyes, Rillo, Rivera, Robes, Rodriguez Eulogio, Rodriguez Rufus, Roman, Romero, Romualdez Ferdinand Martin, Romualdez Yeda Marie, Romualdo, Romulo, Roque, Sakdalan, Sagarbaria, Sakaluran, Salceda, Sali, Salimbangon, Salo, Salvame, Santos, Saulog, Silverio, Singson Richel, Singson Ronald, Singson Mehan, Tolon, Suwan, Swansing Horacio, Swansing Micaela Angela, Suarez, Talyado, Tamayo, Tambunting, Tan Joseph, Tan Kate Micah, Tan Reynolds Michael, Tan Shamir, Tan Stephen James, Tan Tambut, Tan Chay, Tan Juanco, Tariela, Chodoro, Tives Arnulfo, Tives Jose, Chanco, Cheng, Tolentino, Tulfo Jocelyn, Tulfo Ralph Wendell, Tupas, Tutor, T, Umali, Unabia, Ungab, Valeriano, Valmayor, Vargas, Vargas Alfonso, Velasco, Veloso Tuason, Vergara, Versosa, Villa, Villafuerte, Luis Raymond, Villafuente, Miguel Luis, Villanueva, Villar, Villarasa Suarez, Villarica, Violago, Samsuan, Yap Christian Tel, Yap Christopherson, Yap Edvic, Yap Eric, Yu Divina Grace, Yu Jaisel Victoria, Yulo, Zamora Amparo Maria, Zamora Maria Carmen, Zamora Isabel Maria, Zubiri. Mr. Speaker, the roll call shows that 310 members responded to the call.
With 310 members responding to the call, the chair declares the presence of a quorum. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move for the deferment of the approval of the journal of the previous session.
Is there any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we now proceed with the reference of business and request that the Secretary General be directed to read the titles of bills and resolutions on first reading, as well as communications and committee reports.
Is there any objection? The chair hears none. The Secretary General is directed to read the titles of bills and resolutions on first reading, as well as the communications and committee reports for referral to the appropriate committees.
Reference of business, bills on first reading, House Bill number 7565, amending Section 14, Chapter 3 of RA number 11223, instituting universal health care for all Filipinos, prescribing reforms in the healthcare system, by Representatives Goles and Garcia Albert.
To the Committee on Health.
House Bill number 7566, ensuring women's equal rights in marriage and family relations, amending the Family Code of the Philippines, by Representative Abalos.
To the Committee on Revision of Laws.
House Bill 7567, repealing Article 247 of the Revised Penal Code, by Representative Abalos.
To the Committee on Revision of Laws.
House Bill number 7568, mandating a 750 pesos across-the-board increase in the salary rates of employees and workers in the private sector to attain a living wage, by Representatives Brosas, Castro France, and Manuel.
To the Committee on Labor and Employment.
House Bill number 7569, converting NLSA Junction Digos Macar Road to Albert Moro Boulevard into a national road in General Santos City, by Representative Acharon.
To the Committee on Public Works and Highways.
House Bill number 7570 and 7571, providing for the establishment of Loon and Balilihan Bohol TESDA Training and Assessment Centers in the province of Bohol, by Representative Chato.
To the Committee on Higher and Technical Education.
House Bill number 7572, granting free tertiary agricultural education and other related courses to all dependent children of qualified indigent farmers, by Representatives Duterte, Yap Eric, and Yap Edvic.
To the Committee on Higher and Technical Education.
House Bill number 7573, increasing compensation of social workers in government service, by Representatives Duterte, Yap Eric, and Yap Edvic.
To the Committee on Social Services.
House Bill number 7574, establishing a national patient navigation and referral system, by Representatives Duterte, Yap Eric, and Yap Edvic.
To the Committee on Health.
House Bill number 7575, converting the LTO Extension Office in Sanchez Mira, Cagayan into a regular LTO District Office, by Representative Vargas Alfonso.
To the Committee on Transportation.
House Bill number 7578, converting the Blagan-Datalagu, San Jose to Paupao Sinawal Road into a national road in General Santos City, by Representative Acharon.
To the Committee on Public Works and Highways.
House Bill 7579, penalizing the publication and proliferation of false content on the Philippine Internet, by Representative Tan Keith Micah.
To the Committee on Public Information.
House Bill number 7580, establishing a special economic zone in Liloy, Zamboanga del Norte, creating the Zamboanga del Norte Special Economic Zone Authority, by Representative Amatong.
To the Committee on Economic Affairs and the Committee on Trade and Industry.
House Bill 7581, establishing regional branches of specialty hospitals, by Representatives Tulfo Ralph Wendell and Tulfo Jocelyn.
To the Committee on Health.
House Bill 7582, promoting the adoption of digital payments for financial transactions of the government and all merchants, by Representatives Tulfo Ralph Wendell and Tulfo Jocelyn.
To the Committee on Banks and Financial Intermediaries.
House Bill 7583, penalizing the padding of tax deductions through unauthorized, falsified, and fake revenue documents, by Representative Tanhuatco.
To the Committee on Ways and Means.
House Bill 7585, identifying tourism development areas in the province of Quezon, mandating support for tourism development, creating the Quezon Tourism Council, by Representative Tan Keith Micah.
To the Committee on Tourism.
House Bill 7586, strengthening the National Nutrition Council, by Representative Lee.
To the Committee on Health.
House Bill 7587, an act declaring March 10 of every year a special working holiday in the entire country to be known as the National Junior Chamber International Philippines Day, by Representatives Romualdez Ferdinand Martin, Dalipe Marcos, Romualdez Sieda Marie, and Asidre.
To the Committee on Youth and Sports Development.
Resolutions. House Resolution 853, urging the Department of Energy to entertain, negotiate, and enter into intergovernmental agreements for the establishment and operation of nuclear energy power generating facilities, by Representatives Dagook and De Jesus.
To the Special Committee on Nuclear Energy.
House Resolution 854, calling for an investigation on the possible violations of maritime safety laws and marine environmental laws relative to the sinking of Mount Princess Empress off the coast of Nauhan, Oriental Mindoro, resulting to a massive oil spill, by Representative Panaligan.
To the Committee on Rules.
House Resolution 855, urging the House of Representatives Committee on Human Rights to conduct an inquiry on the aerial bombings in Cagayan Valley and its impact on peasant communities, by Representatives Brosas, Castro France, and Manuel.
To the Committee on Rules.
House Resolution 856, urging the House Committee on Human Rights to conduct an inquiry on the shooting and acts of violence against farmers by the private army of Golden Summit Mining Corporation in Cordon, Isabela, and recommend measures to protect the rights of the farmers and residents of Mount Tapao, by Representatives Brosas, Castro France, and Manuel.
To the Committee on Rules.
House Resolution 858, urging the Committee on Natural Resources to conduct an investigation on the alleged water crisis and the revival of the construction of the Kaliwa and Laiban Dam project, by Representatives Manuel, Castro France, and Brosas.
To the Committee on Rules.
House Resolution 859, urging the House to return to full face-to-face plenary sessions in light of the right of the people to information on matters of public concern, as well as the constitutional principles of transparency of all acts of public officials and proceedings of government agencies, and accountability to the people of the House and all members thereof, by Representatives Castro France, Brosas, and Manuel.
To the Committee on Rules.
House Resolution 860, directing the Committee on Transportation to investigate the long overdue enforcement of orders by regulatory agencies in relation to the operation of Grab Philippines, by Representative Brosas, Castro France, and Manuel.
To the Committee on Rules.
House Resolution 861, expressing profound congratulations to Carlos Yulo for winning 2 gold medals in Gymnastics World Cup Series, by Representative Olivares.
To the Committee on Youth and Sports Development.
House Resolution 862, directing the appropriate committee to conduct an inquiry on the environmental, health, and tourism impacts of the oil spill in Oriental Mindoro, by Representative Legarda.
To the Committee on Rules.
House Resolution 864, honoring and commending the Junior Chamber International Philippines on its 75th anniversary and for its notable contributions to the development of the country, by Representatives Romualdez Ferdinand Martin, Dalipe Marcos, Romualdez Siada Marie, and Asidre.
To the Committee on Rules.
Communications, letters and emails from local chief executives and government officials transmitting to the House copies of reports on fund utilization and status of project program activity implementation relative to local government support fund and Bayanihan grant to city, municipality, and province.
To the Committee on Appropriations.
Letters dated February 13, 2023 of the Secretary, Office of the Presidential Advisor on Peace, Reconciliation, and Unity, informing the House that the financial reports for the month of December 2022 were submitted to the Unified Reporting System and posted on their official website.
To the Committee on Appropriations.
Letters dated February 27, March 1 and 3, 2023 of the BSP Bank Officer 6, Office of the General Counsel and Legal Services, transmitting to the House duly certified copies of BSP issuances.
To the Committee on Banks and Financial Intermediaries.
Committee reports. Committee Report Number 440, submitted by the Special Committee on Creative Industry and Performing Arts on House Resolution 863. Committee Report Number 441, submitted by the Committee on Basic Education and Culture on House Bill Number 7584. Committee Report Numbers 442 and 443, submitted by the Committee on Trade and Industry on House Bill Numbers 451 and 7600. Committee Report Number 444, submitted by the Committee on Tourism on House Bill Number 7615.
The aforementioned committee reports are referred to the Committee on Rules.
Mr. Speaker,
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, with leave of the House, I move that we open the privilege hour.
Mr. Speaker,
Mr. Speaker, I'm sorry, I withdraw my motion to for the privilege hour, and I move that we recognize. Withdraw my motion for the opening of privilege hour, and request for suspension of a few minutes.
Session suspended. Session resumes.
Mr. Speaker, I would like to raise a question of privilege.
What is the nature of the matter on which the Honorable Bong Teves rises?
Mr. Speaker, I would like to raise a matter of personal privilege to end the confusion in the media and the public between the representations named in the name of the alleged suspect in the assassination of Negros Oriental Governor Ruel Digamo.
The gentleman has 10 minutes.
Mr. Speaker, I rise on a matter of personal and collective privilege that on March 4, 2023, news report broke of the assassination of Negros Oriental Governor Ruel Digamo. I personally would like to express my sincerest condolences and sympathy to the Digamo family and to the entire Negros Oriental for the sudden death of the father of the province. Marin ko pong kinukundina ang pagpaslang kay Governor Digamo. News reports also pointed that the alleged mastermind in the killing of the late Governor Digamo was Negros Oriental 3rd District Representative Arnolfo Arnie A. Teves Jr. Mr. Speaker, even if we have the same surname or family name, Teves, I would like to state that we came from different provinces. Representative Arnolfo Arnie A. Teves Jr. is from the 3rd District of Negros Oriental, Region 7, Central Visayas. Ako naman po si Congressman Jose Bong Hoson Teves Jr. ng TJP Party List na tubong Catanduanes, Region 5, Bicol. Naging Vice Governor ako ng probinsya ng Catanduanes at naging Mayor ng Baras Catanduanes, Region 5, Bicol. Mr. Speaker, I stand before this august body to settle these confusions once and for all. Dahil even my family is heavily affected by the news. Wala pong kinalaman o koneksyon ang aming pamilya mula sa probinsya ng Catanduanes, Bicol Region sa isyu ng pagpaslang kay Governor Digamo ng Negros Oriental. Even my sons and daughter na si Mayor Paulo Teves, President of League of Municipalities of the Philippines Catanduanes Chapter, my daughter, Dr. Bea Teves, who is the Chief Resident of the Philippines Children's Medical Center, and also my two sons who are engaged in our private businesses, are greatly affected dahil paulit-ulit silang tinatanong at kinukulit kung tatay ba nila ang nasasangkot sa insidenteng nangyari. I call on every media outlet in the Philippines, especially those covering and broadcasting through radio, television, social media, and newspaper on the Digamo case to be more responsible and careful na kapag sila ay gumagawa ng balita o headlines, ay pakilinaw po nila ng buong pangalan ng nasasangkot sa kaso dahil may iba pong pamilyang Teves na galing sa ibang lugar na wala naman pong alam sa kasong ito. Mr. Speaker, the address Representative Arnolfo Arnie A. Teves Jr. of Negros Oriental, 3rd District, as Kong Teves only, without particularly indicating the complete name, district which he represents, which confuses the public. As this representation, Jose Bong J. Teves Jr. of TGP Party List is from the province of Catanduanes, Bicol Region. This incident already happened 3 times, sana wag na pong maulit. This is to avoid any future incidents as to what my family experienced bearing the same name of Teves, Mr. Speaker, dahil maraming pagkakataon na magkakaapelyido tayo pero magkaiba naman ng probinsya o lugar ng pinagmulan. As an innocent person, yours truly, is not involved in the killing of Governor Digamo, but unfortunately, my name is being dragged into the issue which misleads the public. Mr. Speaker, once again, I call on the members of the media na maging maingat or exercise responsibility, journalism or broadcasting, sa kanilang pagbabalita, lalo na sa mga sensitibong issues o impormasyon. Ako po ay umaapila sa kanila na sana ibuuin nila ang pangalan ng nasasangkot sa isyo at kung saan ito nagmula, para maiwasan na ang pagkakalito ng publiko sa ibang pamilya na may kaparehong pangalan katulad namin na hindi naman mula sa Negros Oriental ngunit galing sa Catanduanes, Bicol Region. Mr. Speaker, thank you very much for allowing me to avail of the privilege and express my sentiment in clear our family name Tebes, which hails from the province of Catanduanes, Bicol Region, and not from the Tebes family of Negros Oriental, Central Visayas, who are now being dragged into the Digamo case. Marami pong salamat.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we refer the speech of Congressman Bong Teves to the Committee on Rules for its appropriate action.
The privileged speech of the Honorable Bong Teves is referred to the Committee on Rules. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, under the cluster of local bills regarding state universities and colleges, I move that we approve on third and final reading House Bill number 7397, 7398, and 7412. And may we request, Mr. Speaker, direct the Secretary General to read the titles of the measures and thereafter call the roll for nominal voting, Mr. Speaker.
Is there any objection? The Chair hears none. The motion is approved, and the Secretary General is directed to read the titles of House Bill 7397, 7398, and 7412, and thereafter call the roll for nominal voting.
House Bill number 7397, an act establishing the City of Ligao, Province of Albay, a College of Veterinary Medicine of the Bicol University to be known as the Bicol University College of Veterinary Medicine and appropriating funds therefore. House Bill number 7398, an act establishing the Southern Luzon State University Catanawan Campus, College of Veterinary Medicine and appropriating funds therefore. House Bill number 7412, an act establishing a College of Medicine in the Visayas State University, located in the city of Baybay, Province of Leyte, to be known as the Visayas State University College of Medicine and appropriating funds therefore. Roll call of members in consideration on third reading of House Bill numbers 7397, 7398, and 7412. Abalos, Abante, Abunda, Acharon, Asidre, Acop, Adyong, Advincula, Agaraw, Alba, Albano, Almario, Almonte, Alonte, Alvarez Jose, Alvarez Mercedes, Alvarez Pantaleon, Amante, Amatong, Angara, Aquino, Aquino Magsaysay, Arbison, Arenas, Arrogancia, Asistio, Atayde, Omentado, Balindong, Barba, Barbers, Baronda, Barzaga, Bascub, Bautista, Bautista Lim, Benitez, Bernos, Billones, Biron, Bolilla, Bondok, Bungalon, Bordado, Bosita, Briones, Brosas, Buhain, Bulot Begtang, Bustos, Cabredo, Cagas, Kahayon Uy, Calderon, Calixto, Campos, Kawagdan, Cardema, Cari, Castro France, Castro Jean, Celeste, Chan, Chato, Chua, Chungalao, Ko Angelica Natasha, Ko Elizaldi, Ko Pilar, Ko Juanco Jaime, Ko Juanco Mark, Colada, Colliantes, Corvera, Cruz Ambrosio, Cruz Ricardo, Cua, Quaresma, Dagook, Dalipe, Dalog, Dayang Hirang, Daza, De Jesus, De Venecia, Defensor, Del Mar, De Los Santos, Dimaporo Muhammad Khalid, Dimaporo City Amina, Dionisio, Domingo, Duavit, Duhali, Duterte, D. Faustino Ino, D. Faustino Michael, D. Ian Paul, Ecleo, Emano, Enverga, Escudero, Espares, Espina, Estrella, Udela, Farinas, Fernandez, Ferrer Antonio, Ferrer Juliet Marie, Flores, Fortes, Frasco, Fresnedi, Fuentebella, Galeyos, Garcia Albert, Garcia Dante, Garcia Jose Arturo, Garcia Maria Angela, Garcia Pablo Jan, Garcia Vincent, Guardiola, Garin, Gasataya, Gato, Go Ed Christopher, Go Mark, Goles, Gomez, Gonzaga, Gonzales Aurelio, Gonzales Neptali, Gonzales Sandro, Goliseta, Guico, Ginto, Gulyas, Gutierrez, Hagidorn, Haresco, Hataman, Hernandez, Herrera, Horibata, Javier, Co. Olga Ara, Co. Ricardo, Co. Wilton, Conghun, Labad-Labad, Lacson, Lacson Noel, Lagman, Lagon Daphne, Lagon Sani, Lara, Lazatin, Lee, Ligarda, Libanan, Lipcachong, Loyola, Luistro, Lumayag, Macapagal Arroyo, Maceda, Madrona, Magsino, Malapitan, Mangawang, Maniquis, Manuel, Marañon, Marcoleta, Marcos, Mariano Hernandez, Marinho, Marquez, Martinez, Mastura, Matibag, Matugas, Mendoza, Mercado, Mercado Revilla, Miguel, Momo, Morden, Nava, Nisay, Noel, Nograles Juan Fidel, Nograles Margarita, Nolasco, Uwaminal, Olaso, Olivares, Ongjuan, Ordanes, Ortega, Uwano Dizon, Padiernos, Paduano, Paglas, Palma, Panaligan, Pancho, Panotes, Pascual, Peña, Pimentel, Plaza, Pleito, Premisa Sagabas, Pumaren, Puno, Kimbo, Rama, Recto, Regencia, Remulla, Revilla Brian, Revilla Ramon Jolo, Reyes, Rillo, Rivera, Robes, Rodriguez Eulogio, Rodriguez Rufus, Roman, Romero, Romualdez Ferdinand Martin, Romualdez Ieda Marie, Romualdo, Romulo, Roque, Sakdalan, Sagarbaria, Sakaluran, Salceda, Sali, Salimbangon, Salo, Salvame, Santos, Saulug, Silverio, Singson Richel, Singson Ronald, Singson Mihan, Solon, Suwan, Sawansing Horacio, Sawansing Micaela Angela, Suarez, Talyado, Tamayo, Tambunting, Tan Joseph, Tan Keith Micah, Tan Reynolds Michael, Tan Samir, Tan Stephen James, Tan Tambut, Tan Chay, Tan Huatco, Tariela, Teodoro, Teves Arnolfo, Teves Jose, Tiangco, Tieng, Tolentino, Tulfo Jocelyn, Tulfo Ralph Wendell, Tupas, Tutor, T, Umali, Unabia, Ungab, Valeriano, Valmayor, Vargas, Vargas Alfonso, Velasco, Veloso Tuazon, Vergara, Versosa, Villa, Villafuerte Luis Raymond, Villafuerte Miguel Luis, Villanueva, Villar, Villaraza Suarez, Villarica, Vialago, Yamsuan, Yap Christiantel, Yap Christopherson, Yap Edvic, Yap Eric, Yu Divina Grace, Yu Giselle Victoria, Yulo, Zamora Amparo Maria, Zamora Maria Carmen, Zamora Isabel Maria, Zubiri. Second call for consideration on third reading of House Bill numbers 7397, 7398, and 7412. Alvarez Pantaleon, Duterte, Teves Arnolfo, Villanueva.
With 306 members voting in the affirmative, 0 in the negative, and 0 abstentions, House Bills numbers 7397, 7398, and 7412 are hereby approved on third and final reading. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, before we proceed, may we acknowledge the guests of Honorable Speaker Martin Romualdez, namely His Excellency Peter Francis Tavita Kell, the Ambassador of New Zealand to the Philippines, Ms. Christelle Hovenier, the Policy Advisor, Embassy of New Zealand in Manila.
The guests of the Honorable Speaker, Martin G. Romualdez, from New Zealand, are most welcome to the House of Representatives. We thank you for your visit. We wish you a pleasant stay. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, we would like to acknowledge also the guests of Congressman Jose Bong Teves Jr., namely the officials from the local government of Siniloan, Laguna, Honorable Patrick Go, Honorable Carla Angela S. Valderrama, Honorable Joseph Masacupan, Honorable Carl Anthony Puño, Honorable Regner Flores de Jesus, Honorable Ronald Valeroso, Honorable Homer Serrano, Honorable Nicanor Gabriel de Pando, Honorable Roberto Valdenaro, and Honorable Adrian Acedillo.
The House of Representatives welcomes the guests of our colleagues Bong Teves, Ruth Hernandez, and Maria Jamina Catherine Agarao. to the House of Representatives. We thank you for your visit. Welcome to the House of Representatives.
Mr. Speaker, we move to suspend for a few minutes so we may greet our guests.
Session suspended. Session resumes. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, before we proceed, may we recognize the guests of the Honorable Daphne Lagon from the 6th District of Cebu, namely District Engineer Daisy Toledo, Assistant District Engineer Wilma Campos, Alexis May D, Eda De Guzman, Angeli Pastedio, Heki Daculo, Baby Army Gabuya, Nora Rosette, Erlinda Ayame Sanoy. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
We welcome the guests from the 6th District Engineering Office, the guests of the Honorable Daphne Lagon. Welcome to the House of Representatives. Thank you for your visit. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, still on local bills, as clustered under protected area, community forest, and arboretum, I move, Mr. Speaker, that we approve on third and final reading House Bill number 7322, 7358, 7359, and 7360, And may we request, Mr. Speaker, that we direct the Secretary General to read the titles of the bill and thereafter call for nominal voting.
Is there any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved and the Secretary General is directed to read the titles of House Bills 7322, 7358, 7359, and 7360, and thereafter call the roll for nominal voting.
House Bill 7322, an act declaring a parcel of land located in the municipality of Nueva Valencia, in the province of Guimaras, a protected area, the category of National Park under the National Integrated Protected Area System, to be referred to as the Tacloban and Tandong Group of Islands Natural Park, providing for its management and appropriating funds therefore. House Bill 7358, an act establishing community forests in barangays Balubal, Pugman, F.S. Catanico, Indahag, Tablon, and Agusan in the 2nd District of Cagayan de Oro City, Province of Misamis Oriental, and appropriating funds therefore. House Bill 7359, an act establishing an arboretum in the premises of the Community Environment and Natural Resources Office, CENRO, in the municipality of Colambugan, Lanao del Norte, to be known as the Colambugan Arboretum, and appropriating funds therefore. And House Bill 7360, an act establishing an arboretum in the municipality of Tagoloan, Lanao del Norte, to be known as the Mighty Cave Park Arboretum, and appropriating funds therefore. Roll call of members in consideration of third reading of House Bill numbers 7322, 7358, 7359, and 7360. Abalos, Abande, Abunda, Acharon, Asidre, Acop, Adjong, Advingula, Agaro, Alba, Albano, Almario, Monte Alonte, Alvarez, Jose, Alvarez, Mercedes, Alvarez, Vandalion, Amante, Amatong, Ang, Angara, Aquino, Oyin, Magsaysay, Arbison, Arenas, Organza, Asisto, Ataide, Mentado, Balindong, Barbers, Barondo, Barsaga, Basu, Bautista, Bautista, Tim Benitez, Bernos, Billones, Birol, Bodilla, Bondo, Pungalon, Bordado, Busita, Briones, Rosas, Buhay, Burut, Bagtang, Bustos, Cabredo, Kagas, Kain, Uri, Calderon, Cristo, Campos, Kawagdan, Cardema, Cari, Castro, France, Castro, Jing, Celeste Chan, Chato, Chua, Chong Alaw, Ko Angelica, Natasha, Ko Elizalde, Ko Pilar, Ko Juan, Ko Jaime, Ko Juan, Ko Mark, Corrado Colliantes, Corvero, Cruz Ambrosio, Cruz Ricardo, Cuba, Cores, Matago, Dalipe, Dalog, Diyang Hirang Dasa, De Jesus, De Venecia, Defensor del Mar, del Santos, Maporo, Muhammad Gary, Dimporo, Sita, Emina, Junicio, Domingo, David Duhali, Duterte, Di Faustino, Ino, Di Faustino, Michael Carlos, Di Ian Paul, Icleo, Emmanuel, Enverga, Escudero, Espares, Espina, Estrella, Videla, Farinas, Fernandez, Ferrer, Antonio Ferrer, Juliet Marie, Flores, Fortes, Frasco, Fresnedi, Fuentebella, Garcias, Garcia, Albert, Garcia, Dante, Garcia, Jose Arturo, Garcia, Maria Angela, Garcia, Pablo Jan, Garcia, Vincent, Garjola, Garin, Gasataya, Gato, Go, Christopher Go, Mark Godes, Gomez, Gonzaga, Gonzales, Aurelio, Gonzales, Neptali, Gonzales, Sandro, Rosetta, Gigo, Gintu, Gulias, Gutierrez, Hagedorn, Haresco, Hataman, Hernandez, Herrera, Horibata, Javier, Ko, Olga, Corregado, Ko, Wildon, Ko, Hun, Labad, Lacson, Noel, Lagman, Lagun, Daphne, Lagun, Sani, Lara, Lasatindi, Ligar, Dibanim, Kachon, Loyola, Loistro, Lumayag, Makapag-Arroyo, Maseda, Madron, Magsina, Malapitan, mga Manikis, Manuel, Maranyon, Margareta, Marcos, Mariano, Hernandez, Marino, Marquez, Martinez, Mastura, Matibag, Matugas, Mendoza, Mercado, Rivilla, Miguel, Momo, Morden, Vanessa, Noel, Nograles, Fuenfel, Felipe, Nograles, Margarita, Onolasco, Ominel, Olaso, Olivares, Onchuan, Ordanes, Ortega, Juan Dizon, Padianos, Paduano, Paglas, Palma, Panaligan, Pancho, Panotes, Pascual, Peña, Pimentel, Plaza, Pleito, Primisa, Gabas, Pumaran, Puno, Kimbo, Rama, Recto, Rehencia, Remulla, Revilla, Brian, Revilla, Ramonjolo, Reyes, Rillo, Rivera, Robes, Rodriguez, Eulogio, Rodriguez, Rufus, Roman Romero, Romualdez, Ferdinand Martin, Romualdez, Sierra Maria, Romualdo, Romo, Roca, Sacdan, Secretaria, Sacalura, Salceda, Sali, Salimba, Gonzalo, Salvame, Santos, Saulog, Silverio, Sinson Richel, Sinson Ronald, Sinson Mihan, Solon, Suan, Sing Horacio, Sing Michaela Angela, Soares, Taliato, Tamari, Tambunting, Tan Joseph, Tan Keith, Michael, Tan Renus, Michael, Tan Samir, Tan Stephen James, Tan Tambu, Tan Chay, Tan Watco, Tariela, Chodor, Tevas, Arnofo, Tevas, Jose, Chanco, Chen, Tolentino, Tulfo, Jocelyn, Tulfo, Rafael, Del Tubas, Tutorti, Mali Unabi, Unga, Valeriano, Valmayor, Vargas, Vargas, Alfonso, Veloso Tuazon, Vergara, Versosa, Villa, Villafeto, Willis Raymond, Villafeto, Miguel Luis, Villanueva, Villarasa, Suarez, Villariga, Villarago, William Suwan, Yap Crisenter, Yap Christopherson, Yap Edviget, Yap Eric, Yudi Vini Grace, Yudi Jason Victoria, Yulo, Zamora Ampora Maria, Zamora Maria Carmen, Zamora Isabel Maria, Zubiri. Second call for consideration of third reading of House Bill numbers 7322, 7358, 7359, and 7360. Alvarez, Pantaleon, Duterte, Teves, Arnolfo, Villanueva.
With 306 members voting in the affirmative, 0 in the negative, and 0 abstentions, House Bills number 7322, 7358, 7359, and 7360 are hereby approved on third and final reading. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, still on local bills as clustered under Declaration of Tourism Destinations and Ecotourism Sites. Mr. Speaker, I move that we approve on third and final reading House Bills numbers 7377, 7380, 7388, 7389, 7390, 7391, 7392, 7394, 7395, and 7399. And for this purpose, Mr. Speaker, may we direct the Secretary General to proceed with the roll call for the nominal voting.
Is there any objection? The Chair hears none. The motion is approved, and the Secretary General is directed to read the titles of House Bills 7377, 7380, 7388, 7389, 7390, 7391, 7392, 7394, 7395, and 7399, and thereafter call the roll for nominal voting.
House Bill number 7377, an act declaring Pinsal Falls, located in the municipality of San Nicolas, province of Pangasinan, a tourism destination. House Bill number 7380, an act declaring Dicat Falls, located in the municipality of Umingan, province of Pangasinan, a tourism destination. House Bill number 7388, an act declaring Huluga Caves 1 and 2, located in Barangay Indahag, Cagayan de Oro City, province of Misamis Oriental, an ecotourism sites. House Bill number 7389, an act declaring Kalapat Cave, located in Barangay Dansolihon, Cagayan de Oro City, province of Misamis Oriental, an ecotourism site. House Bill number 7390, an act declaring Cueva de Oro, located in Barangay Bayanga, Cagayan de Oro City, province of Misamis Oriental, an ecotourism site. House Bill number 7391, an act declaring Langag Cave, located in Barangay Dansolihon, Cagayan de Oro City, province of Misamis Oriental, an ecotourism site. House Bill number 7392, an act declaring Makahambus Cave, located in Barangay Bayanga, Cagayan de Oro City, province of Misamis Oriental, an ecotourism site. House Bill number 7394, an act declaring Bulutuhan Cave, located in Barangay Indahag, Cagayan de Oro City, province of Misamis Oriental, an ecotourism site. House Bill number 7395, an act declaring Calavera Cave, located in Barangay Indahag, Cagayan de Oro City, province of Misamis Oriental, an ecotourism site. House Bill number 7399, an act declaring Mambuaya Cave, located in Barangay Mambuaya, Cagayan de Oro City, province of Misamis Oriental, an ecotourism site.
Roll call of members in consideration of the third reading of the aforementioned local bills. Abalos, Abante, Abunta, Charon, Asidre, Ako, Pajolong, Advincula, Agaraw, Alba, Albano, Almario, Almonte, Alonte, Alvarez Jose, Alvarez Mercedes, Alvarez Pantaleon, Amante, Amatong, Ang, Angara, Aquino Magsaysay, Arbison, Arenas, Arrogancia, Asisto, Atayde, Aumentado, Balindong, Barbara Barbers, Barondo, Barsaga, Bascu, Bautista, Din, Benitez, Bernas, Billones, Biron, Bolivia, Mondok, Bungalon, Bordado, Bosita, Briones, Brosas, Buhain, Bud, Bigtang, Bustos, Cabredo, Agas, Kahayin, Uyo, Calderon, Calisto, Campos, Cabagdan, Cardema, Ari, Castro, France, Castro, James, Celeste, Chan, Chato, Chua, Chungalaw, Ko Angelica, Natasha, Ko Elizalde, Ko Pilar, Ko Juan, Ko Jaime, Ko Juan, Ko Mark, Colado, Colliandes, Cavero, Cruz Ambrosio, Cruz Ricardo, Cuba, Cores, Magdago, Dalibid, Dalog, Dayang Hirang, Dasa de Jesus, Defensa, Defensor del Mar de los Santos, Timiporo, Mohamed Gadi, Timiporo, City, Amina, Junicio Domingo, Duavit, Dohalito, Di Faustino, Ino, Di Faustino, Michael Carlos, D. Ian, Paul, Lecleo, Emmanuel, Virgo, Escreos, Pares, Espinas, Estrellas, Udela, Farinas, Fernandez, Ferrer, Antonio Ferrer, Judith Marie Flores, Fortes, Frasco, Presidente Fendebela, Galeos, Garcia, Albert Garcia, Dante Garcia, Jose Arturo, Garcia, Maria Angela, Garcia, Pablo Jan Garcia, Vincent Garjola, Garin, Garcia, Gato, Go Ed Christopher, Go Mark, Goles, Gomez, Gonzaga, Gonzales Aurelio, Gonzales Neptali, Gonzales Sandro, Corseta, Gico, Ginto, Villas, Gutierrez, Aguilon, Jarasco, Tama, Hernandez, Herrera, Hodebata, Javier, Ko Alga, Ko Ricardo, Ko Wilton, Ko Hun, Labad, Lacson, Noel, Lagman, Lagun Daphne, Lagun Sani, Lara, Lasatin, D. Ligada, Liban, Lingko, Echon, Loyola, Luis Orum, Lumayag, Makapagal, Arroyo, Maceda, Madrona, Magsina, Malapitan, Mangawang, Nikis Manuel, Maranyon, Margareta, Marcos, Mariano Hernandez, Marino, Marquez, Martinez, Mastura, Matibag, Matugas, Mendoza, Mercado, Revilla, Miguel Momo, Morden, Nava, Nisay, Noel, Nogradas, Juan Fidel, Filipe, Nogradas, Margarita, Norasco, Ubaminal, Olaso, Alvarez, Longchuan, Ordanes, Ortega, Juan Dizon, Padianos, Paduano, Pagdas, Palma, Panaligan, Pancho, Panotes Pascual Peña, Pimentel Plaza, Plato, Primicio Gabas, Pamarin Puno, Kimbo, Rama, Recto, Rehencia, Remulla, Revilla Brian, Revilla Ramon, Joe Reyes, Trillo, Rivera Robes, Rodriguez Eulogio, Rodriguez Rufus, Roman Romero Romualdez, Ferdinand Martin Romualdez, Ede Marie, Romualdo Romulo, Roque Sacdaran, Sagalabaria, Sacluran, Salceda, Salisa ng Bangon, Salo, Salvames, Santos, Saulog, Silverio, Singson Richel, Singson Ronald, Singson Mihan, Soran Suwan, Swansing Horacio, Swansing Micaela, Angela Suarez, Taliado Tamayo, Tambunting, Tan Joseph, Tan Keith, Michael, Tan Reynolds, Michael, Tan Samir, Tan Stephen James, Tan Tambut, Tan Chay, Tan Watco, Tariela Chordoro, Teves Arnofo, Teves Changkot, Cheng, Tolentino, Tulfo, Jocelyn Tulfo, Rafael Del, Tupas Tuto, Tito, Mario Nabio, Unga, Valeriano, Valmayor, Vargas, Vargas Alfonso, Velasco, Viloso, Toason, Vergara, Versosa, Villa, Villafeto, Luis Raymond, Villafeto, Miguel Luis, Villanueva, Villar, Villafrasa, Suarez, Villarica, Villago, Yamsuan, Yap, Crisantel, Yap, Christopherson, Yap, Edwick, Yap, Eric, Yul Divina Grace, Yu, Jason Victoria, Yulo, Zamora Amparo Maria, Zamora Maria Carmen, Zamora Isabel Maria, Zuwiri. Second call for consideration on third reading of House Bill number 7377, 7380, 7388, 7389, 7390, 7391, 7392, 7394, 7395, and 7399. Alvarez Pantaleon, Duterte, Teves Arnolfo, Villanueva.
With 306 members voting in the affirmative, 0 in the negative, and 0 abstentions, House Bills 7377, 7380, 7388, 7389, 7390, 7391, 7392, 7394, 7395, and 7399 are all hereby approved on third and final reading. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, on local bills concerning the city of Baguio, I move that we approve on third and final reading House Bills number 7316, 74 and 7406 on third and final reading. And for this purpose, Mr. Speaker, may we direct the Secretary General to read the titles of the bill and thereafter proceed with the roll call for nominal voting.
Is there any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved, and the Secretary General is directed to read the titles of House Bills 7316 and 7406, and thereafter call the roll for nominal voting.
House Bill number 7316, an establishing the Baguio City High School for the Arts and appropriating funds therefore. House Bill number 7406, an act amending sections 23, 50, 52, and 50 and 60 of 50 Republic Act number 11689, otherwise known as the Revised Charter of the City of Baguio. Roll call of members in consideration on third reading of House Bill numbers 7316 and 7406. Abalos, Abante, Abunda, Charon, Asidre, Acop, Adyong, Advincula, Agaraw, Alba, Albano, Almario, Almonte, Alonte, Alvarez Jose, Alvarez Mercedes, Alvarez Pantaleon, Amante, Amatong, Angara, Aquino, Aquino Magsaysay, Arbison, Arenas, Arrogancia, Asistio, Atayde, Aumentada, Balindong, Barba, Barbers, Baronda, Barzaga, Bascug, Bautista, Bautista, Lim, Benitez, Bernos, Billones, Beron, Bolilia, Bondok, Bungalon, Bordado, Bosita, Briones, Brosas, Buhain, Bulot, Bigtang, Bustos, Cabredo, Cagas, Cahayonoy, Calderon, Calisto, Campos, Cawagdan, Cardema, Cari, Castro France, Castro Jane, Celeste, Chan, Chato, Chua, Chunggalaw, Ko, Angelica, Natasha, Ko, Elizalde, Ko, Pilar, Ko, Juan, Ko, Jaime, Ko, Juan, Ko, Mark, Colada, Coliantes, Corvera, Cruz, Ambrosio, Cruz, Ricardo, Cuwa, Quaresma, Dagoc, Dalipe, Dalog, Dayang Hirang, Daza, De Jesus, De Venecia, Defensor, Del Mar, De Los Santos, De Maporo, Muhammad Khalid, De Maporo City, Amina, Dionisio, Domingo Duavi, Tuhali, Duterte, Di Faustino Ino, Di Faustino Michael, Di Ian Paul, Ecleo, Emano, Enverga, Escudero, Espares, Espina, Estrella, Yudela, Fariñas, Fernandez, Ferrer, Antonio, Ferrer, Juliet Marie, Flores, Fortes, Frasco, Fresnedi, Fuentebella, Galeyos, Garcia Albert, Garcia Dante, Garcia Jose Arturo, Garcia Maria Angela, Garcia Pablo Jan, Garcia Vincent, Guardiola, Garin, Gasataya, Gato, Go Ed Christopher, Go Mark, Goles, Gomez, Gonzaga, Gonzales Aurelio, Gonzales Nepli, Gonzales Sandro, Goriseta, Guico, Ginto, Gulias, Gutierrez, Hagedorn, Haresco, Hataman, Hernandez, Herrera D, Horebata, Javier, Ko Olga Ara, Ko Ricardo, Ko Wilton, Kunghun, Labad-Labad, Lacson, Noel, Lagman, Lagun, Daphne, Lagon Sani, Lara Lazatin, Liligarda, Libanan, Limcarchang, Loyola, Luistro, Lumayag, Macapagal Arroyo, Maceda, Madrona, Magsino, Malapitan, Mangawang, Manikis, Manuel, Maranyon, Marcoleta, Marcos, Mariano Hernandez, Marino, Marquez, Martinez, Mastura, Matibag, Matugas, Mendoza, Mercado, Mercado Revilla, Miguel Momo, Mordenava, Nisay, Noel, Nograles, Juan Fidel, Nograles, Margarita, Nolasco, Uwaminal, Olaso, Olivares, Ongchuan, Ordanes, Ortega, Uwano, Dizon, Padiernos, Paduano, Paglas, Palma, Panaligan, Pancho, Panotes, Pascual, Peña, Pimentel, Plaza, Pleito, Permiso, Sagabas, Pumaren, Puno, Kimbo, Rama, Recto, Regencia, Remulia, Revilla, Brian, Revilla, Ramonjolo, Reyes, Cirillo, Rivera, Robes, Rodriguez, Eulogio, Rodriguez, Rufus, Roman, Romero, Romualdez, Ferdinand Martin, Romualdez, Siada Marie, Romualdo, Romulo, Roque, Sakdalan, Sagarbaria, Sakaluran, Salceda, Sali, Salimbangon, Salo, Salvame, Santos, Saulug, Silverio, Singson Richel, Singson Ronald, Singson Mihan, Solon, Suwan, Swansing Horacio, Swansing Micaela Angela, Suarez Taliado, Tamayo, Tambunting, Tan Joseph, Tan Keith Micah, Tan Reynolds Michael, Tan Samir, Tan Stephen James, Tan Tambut, Tan Chay, Tan Huatco, Tariela Teodoro, Teves Arnolfo, Teves Jose, Tiangco, Tiang Tolentino, Tulfo Jocelyn, Tulfo Ralph Wendell, Tupas, Duterte, Umali, Onabia, Unga, Valeriano Valmayor, Vargas, Vargas Alfonso, Velasco, Veloso Tuazon, Vergara, Versosa, Villa, Villafuerte Luis Raymond, Villafuerte Miguel Luis, Villanueva, Villar, Villaraza Suarez, Villarica, Villalago, Yamsuan, Yap Christiantel, Yap Christopherson, Yap Edvic, Yap Eric, U. Divina Grace, U. Jazel Victoria, Yulo, Zamora Amparo Maria, Zamora Maria Carmen, Zamora Isabel Maria, Zubiri. Second call for consideration on third reading of House Bill numbers 7316 and 7406. Alvarez Pantaleon, Duterte, Teves Arnolfo, Villanueva.
With 303 members voting in the affirmative, 0 in the negative, and 3 abstentions, House Bill number 7406 is hereby approved on third and final reading. And with a vote of 306 members voting in the affirmative, 0 in the negative, and 0 abstentions, House Bill number 7316 is hereby approved on third and final reading. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we immediately transmit copies of the bills approved on third reading to the Senate.
Is there any objection? Chair hears none. The motion is approved. Majority Leader.
May we move to suspend the session for a few minutes?
Session is suspended.
Read law.
Session resumes. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, under the calendar of business for the day, we move to consider House Bill number 7414 under Committee Report number 392, and we ask the Secretary General to read the title of the same measure.
Session suspended. Session resumes. Majority
Mr.
Leader.
Speaker, we withdraw the earlier motion and we move to consider House Bill number 7525 under Committee Report number 414, and we ask the Secretary General to read the title of said measure.
Is there any objection? The Chair hears none. The motion is approved, and the Secretary General is directed to read the title of House Bill 7525.
House Bill 7525, an act providing for the investment framework for real estate investment trust, REIT, sponsors or promoters, amending for the purpose sections 3, 8, and 9 of Republic Act number 9856, otherwise known as the Real Estate Investment Trust, REIT Act of 2009.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, move to open the period of sponsorship and debate.
Is there any objection? The period of sponsorship and debate is hereby open. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, we move that the chairperson of the Economic Affairs Committee, Representative Gerardo Valmayor, be recognized to sponsor the measure.
The gentleman from the 1st District of Negros Occidental, the Honorable Gerardo Villamayor Jr., is recognized for his sponsorship speech.
Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues, it is my pleasure to co-sponsor the bill that will provide a reinvestment framework for real estate investment trust, sponsors or promoters, amending for the purpose sections 3, 8, and 9 of Republic Act number 9856. As an overview, RA number 9856 established the legal and regulatory framework and provided an enabling market environment for the development of Philippine REITs. The REIT Act took into effect on December 17, 2009, when the corresponding legislative measure lapsed into law without the signature of then President Gloria Macapagal-Arroyo. A REIT is a stock corporation established principally for the purpose of owning income-generating real estate assets, such as apartment buildings, office buildings, medical facilities, hospitals, hotels, resorts, highways, warehouses, shopping centers, railroads, among others. It is a type of investment instrument that provides a return to investors derived from rental income of the underlying real estate asset. The main purpose of the REIT law is to allow both small and large investors to participate in the direct ownership of real estate. It is an alternative investment instrument to foreign investors as well as OFWs. It also provides real estate companies a cheaper source of capital while promoting economic development, growth in tourism, and liquidity in the capital markets. To further make the real estate industry in the Philippines thrive, House Bill number 7525, as per Committee Report number 414, introduced provisions that will promote reinvestment of the proceeds made by a sponsor or a promoter from the sale of real estate investment trust shares and other related securities, and encourage sponsors and promoters to build, sell, and reinvest their proceeds or gains that may result in the growth of more infrastructure projects benefiting the Filipinos. In this regard, salient features were proposed as amendments to the REIT law, that is, A, defining the term reinvestment plan, B, requiring reinvestment in the Philippines within 1 year from receipt of proceeds realized by the sponsor or promoter from the sale of REIT shares or other securities issued in exchange for income-generating real estate transferred to the REIT, or any money raised by the sponsor or promoter from the sale of any of its income-generating real estate to the REIT, in any real estate including its redevelopment and/or infrastructure projects. And C, mandating the REIT to submit a reinvestment plan to the exchange and the commission upon registration and annually secure a certification from the said commission for its compliance with the reinvestment plan. In view of the foregoing, the approval of the bill is earnestly requested to ensure that subject funds are reinvested in the Philippines, thereby securing full domestic participation in the real estate industry and assistance to the state in achieving the objective of this policy. That is all, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, there being no interpellators, we move to close the period of sponsorship and debate.
The period of sponsorship and debate is hereby closed. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, move to open the period of amendment.
The period of amendments is hereby opened. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, there being neither individual nor committee amendments, we move to close the period of amendments.
Period of amendments is hereby closed. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move to vote on second reading House Bill number 7525.
As many as are in favor of House Bill 7525, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed, please say nay. The ayes have it. House Bill 7525 is hereby approved on second reading. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, we move to consider House Bill number 7426 under Committee Report number 394, and we ask the Secretary General to read the title of the measure.
Is there any objection? The Chair hears none. The motion is approved, and the Secretary General is directed to read the title of House Bill 7426.
House Bill 7426, an act proclaiming the first Monday of August of every year as Line Workers Appreciation Day.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, we move to open the period of sponsorship and debate.
Is there any objection? The Chair hears none. The period of amendments, the period of sponsorship and debate is hereby open. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, we move to recognize Representative Sergio Dagook to sponsor the measure.
The Honorable Dagook is recognized to sponsor the measure.
Thank you, Majority Leader. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, esteemed colleagues, good afternoon. As a former lineman for 9 years, it is my great honor to speak before you today as a proud sponsor of House Bill 7426 in the absence of our chairman of the Committee on Energy, our former Speaker, Lord Alan Q. Velasco. This bill is an act proclaiming the first Monday of August or every year as Line Workers Appreciation Day. This bill seeks to recognize the tireless efforts and invaluable contributions of our line workers, the brave men who work tirelessly day and night, rain or shine, to keep the lights on in our homes, schools, hospitals, and businesses. Line workers are the backbone of our power sector, and without their dedication and hard work, we would not be able to sustain the rapid growth and development of our nation. These are the unsung heroes who work in dangerous and challenging conditions, often risking their own lives to maintain and repair our power infrastructure. Their efforts have contributed significantly to the steady development of our rural communities, providing essential services and improving their standard of living, especially in remote and far-flung areas. The key provisions of this measure, Mr. Speaker, is to declare every first Monday of August as the National Line Workers Appreciation Day. It mandates the National Electrification Administration to spearhead the conduct of an annual national convention as part of the program of activities for National Line Workers Appreciation Day. Electric cooperatives shall likewise support the NAA in all its efforts to promote and facilitate related activities. It also mandates the Department of Energy and private distribution utilities, including power transmission companies and telecommunication companies, to launch activities such as trainings, seminars, and learning sessions for the workers in the celebration of the National Line Workers Appreciation Day. With all of those premises considered, Mr. Speaker, I urge all my esteemed colleagues to support House Bill 7426 and to recognize the contributions of our line workers by proclaiming the first Monday of August of every year as Line Workers Appreciation Day. It is only a small gesture of appreciation for their remarkable work and dedication to our nation, but it is a meaningful one that will go a long way in inspiring and motivating them to continue serving our communities with honor and distinction. I hope that my colleagues will support this measure. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, there being no interpellators, we move to terminate the period of
Is there
sponsorship.
any objection? The chair hears none. The period of sponsorship and debate is hereby closed. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, move to open the period of amendments.
Is there any objection? Chair hears none. The period of amendments is hereby open. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, there being neither individual nor committee amendments, we move to close said period.
Is there any objection? The chair hears none. The period of amendments is hereby closed. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we vote on second reading House Bill number 7426.
As many as are in favor of House Bill 7426, please say aye. Those opposed, please say nay. The ayes have it. House Bill 7426 is hereby approved on second reading. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move to consider House Bill number 7414 under Committee Report number 392, and we ask the Secretary General to read the title of the measure.
Is there any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved, and the Secretary General is directed to read the title of House Bill 7414.
House Bill 7414, an act renaming the Literacy Coordinating Council to National Literacy Council, strengthening its powers and functions, expanding its membership structure and support mechanisms, and appropriating funds therefore, repealing for the purpose Republic Act number 7165 as amended.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, move to open the period of
Is
sponsorship.
there any objection? The
debate.
chair hears none. The motion is approved, and the period of sponsorship and debate is hereby open. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, we move to recognize Representative Roman Romulo to sponsor the measure.
The gentleman from Pasig City, the Honorable Roman Romulo, is recognized to sponsor the measure.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, Majority Leader. Thank you to all the members present this afternoon. I have the honor to present before you House Bill number 7414 in substitution of House Bill number 930. Currently, Mr. Speaker, members, we already have the Literacy Coordinating Council. Under this proposed measure, first, we will rename the Literacy Coordinating Council to the National Literacy Council. Secondly, we will expand its authority and its membership. First, the council now will be headed by the Secretary of Education together with the Secretary of Interior and Local Government as co-chairpersons of the council. The reason for this, Mr. Speaker, members of this esteemed chamber, is that we want the local coordinating council to be formed in every LGU. We need to improve our literacy throughout our barangays, throughout our municipalities and cities. And it will be through the LGUs that we will be able to support and strengthen this objective. With this, Mr. Speaker, I hope that this esteemed body considers and approves House Bill number 7414. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, Majority Leader.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, there being no interpellators, We move to close the period of sponsorship and debate.
Is there any objection? The chair hears none. The period of sponsorship and debate is hereby closed. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, we move to open the period of
Is
amendment.
there any objection? The period of amendments is hereby open.
Mr. Speaker, there being neither individual nor committee amendments, we move to close the period.
Is there any objection? The chair hears none. The period of amendments is hereby closed. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move to vote on House Bill number 7414 on second reading.
As many as are in favor of House Bill 7414, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, please say nay. The ayes have it. House Bill 7414 is hereby approved on second reading. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, also under the calendar of business for the day, we move to consider House Resolution number 839 under Committee Report number 411, and we ask the Secretary General to read the title.
Is there any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved, and the Secretary General is directed to read the title of House Resolution 839.
House Resolution 839, resolution commending and congratulating the Bonoan Bukid National High School for winning the first World's Best School Prize in Environmental Action.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we adopt House Resolution number 839.
As many as are in favor of House Resolution 839, please say aye. Those opposed, please say nay. House Resolution 839 is hereby adopted. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we consider bills under calendar of business for Thursday and Friday, and pursuant to our rules, allow me to put forth an omnibus motion for consideration of the following bills. House Bills number 7324, 3672, 7424, 7498, 7499, 7500, 7501, 7502, 7503, 7504, 7315, 7009, 7413, 7508, 1043, 7361, 7528, 7545, and 7556, and that the Secretary General be directed to read the titles of the bill.
Is there any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved, and the Secretary General is directed to read the titles of the aforementioned bills.
House Bill 7324, an act establishing the Paniki Tarlac Eco Farm and appropriating funds therefore. House Bill 3672, an act establishing a multi-species marine hatchery in the municipality of Merida, province of Leyte, and appropriating funds therefore. House Bill 7424, an act establishing a multi-species marine hatchery in the municipality of Concepcion, province of Iloilo, and appropriating funds therefore. House Bill 7498, an act establishing a multi-species marine hatchery in the municipality of Kawit, province of Cavite, and appropriating funds therefore. House Bill 7499, an act establishing a multi-species marine hatchery in the city of Zamboanga, and appropriating funds therefore. House Bill 7500, an act establishing an aquaculture feed mill plant in Barangay Bahit, municipality of Panay, province of Capiz, and appropriating funds therefore. House Bill 7501, an act establishing a multi-species marine hatchery to include the production of crabs, shrimps, and lobsters in the municipality of Santa Cruz, province of Davao del Sur, and appropriating funds therefore. House Bill 7502, an act establishing a multi-species marine hatchery in the municipality of Argao, province of Cebu, and appropriating funds therefore. House Bill 7503, an act establishing a multi-species marine hatchery in the municipality of Aringay, province of La Union, and appropriating funds therefore. House Bill 7504, an act establishing a multi-species marine hatchery in the municipality of Santo Tomas, province of La Union, and appropriating funds therefore.
House Bill number 7315, an act separating the Jose Abad Santos National High Zoo, Tabayon Extension in Barangay Tabayon, Municipality of Jose Abad Santos, Province of Davao Occidental, from the Jose Abad Santos National High School, converting it into an independent national high school to be known as the Tabayon National High School and appropriating funds therefore. House Bill number 7009, an act declaring February 14 of every year as special non-working holiday in the municipality of Calamba, province of Misamis Occidental in commemoration of Araw ng Calamba. House Bill number 7413, an act renaming the Agham Road and the BIR Road stretching from North Avenue, traversing through Quezon Avenue up to East Avenue, all located in Quezon City as Senator Miriam P. Defensor Santiago Avenue. House Bill number 7508, an act creating a district engineering office in the 2nd Legislative District of the province of Southern Leyte and appropriating funds therefore. House Bill number 1043, an act creating a district engineering office in the 1st Legislative District of the province of Negros Occidental and appropriating funds therefore. House Bill number 7361, an act establishing community forests in the city of Digos and municipalities of Sulop, Santa Cruz, Padada, Matanao, Malalag, Magsaysay, Kiblawan, Hagonoy, and Bansalan in the province of Davao del Sur and appropriating funds therefore. House Bill number 7528, an act declaring Kitikalaw Falls, located in Barangay San Jose, Municipality of Mayantok, Province of Tarlac, an ecotourism site. House Bill number 7545, an act declaring the Municipality of San Andres, Province of Romblon, a tourism development area. House Bill number 7556, an act declaring Timanguyub Falls, located in the Municipality of San Clemente, Province of Tarlac, an ecotourism site.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we consider the respective explanatory notes as the sponsorship of the aforesaid measures.
Is there any objection? The Chair hears none. The motion is approved. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, there being no members who wishes to interpolate on the said local bills, I move that we terminate the period of interpolations.
Is there any objection? The Chair hears none. The period of interpolation is hereby closed. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we open the period of amendments as approved by the committee amendments, and there being as contained in the respective committee reports of the aforesaid
Is
bills.
there any objection? The Chair hears none. The period of amendments is hereby open. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, there being no individual amendments, I move that we terminate the period of amendments.
Is there any objection? The Chair hears none. The period of amendments is hereby closed. Majority Leader.
At this point, Mr. Speaker, I move that we vote on second reading on the aforesaid bills.
There is a motion to approve on second reading the aforementioned local bills. Those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, please say nay. The ayes have it. The aforementioned local bills are hereby approved on second reading. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we suspend session for a few minutes.
Session suspended. Session resumes. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, under the calendar of unfinished business, I move that we resume consideration of House Bill number 7370 under Committee Report number 360. And for this purpose, may I ask the Secretary General to read the title of the bill?
Is there any objection? The Chair hears none. The motion is approved and the Secretary General is directed to read the title of House Bill 7370.
House Bill number 7370, an act creating a tripartite council to address unemployment, underemployment, and the job skills mismatch problem in the country, and appropriating funds therefore.
The Majority Leader will please state the parliamentary status.
Mr. Speaker, the parliamentary status of this bill is that it is in the period of sponsorship and debate. And for this purpose, may I move that the chairman of the Committee on Technical and Higher Education, the Honorable Mark Go of the Lone District of Baguio City, be recognized.
The gentleman from the Lone District of Baguio City, the Honorable Mark Go, is recognized to sponsor the measure.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I have already completed my sponsorship message the other day, and now I think I'm ready to answer questions that will be raised by some of our colleagues.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that the Honorable Raul Daniel Manuel of the Kabataan Party List be recognized for his interpellation and the sponsor.
The gentleman from the Party List Kabataan, the Honorable Manuel, is recognized for his interpellation.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Would the good sponsor be willing to entertain a few questions?
Yes, Mr. Speaker, Honorable colleague from the Makabayan Group.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Para po sa mga magiging meetings ng Tripartite Council, magkano po ang magiging allowance per day ng mga members nito kapag magkakaroon po sila ng mga pagpupulong?
Hindi po nakasaad dito sa ating bill yung allowance na tatanggapin nila. Ito po ay pag-uusapan pa sa paggawa ng implementing rules and regulations. As of now, wala pong specific na provision stating yung pong kanilang tatanggapin. Ito pong ating mga kasama, nasasama rito pag na-create na itong Tripartite Council.
Mr. Speaker, patungkol din sa mga magiging meetings, ano po ang schedule ng meetings? Aside sa quarterly, regular meetings, ano pa po ang ibang pwedeng maging schedule?
Ito po ay depende rin sa council kung gusto nilang magtawag ng special meeting ay pwede pong magkaroon ng special meeting.
Mr. Speaker, aside sa regular quarterly meetings, kung magkakaroon ng special meetings, magkakaroon din po ba ng allowance ang mga members na dadalo sa mga pulong?
Sabi ko nga po kanina, this will be dependent on the implementing rules that will be promulgated by the concerned agencies like CHED, TESDA, DepEd, DTI, and DOLE.
Okay, on a different topic, Mr. Speaker, hindi po tayo nakahanap ng sunset provision sa version ng bill na meron tayo ngayon. So hanggang kailan po mag-ooperate o magiging functional ang Tripartite Council?
Well, hanggang meron pong final na kalutasan dito sa ating problemang job skills mismatch, Mr. Interpellator.
Okay. Mr. Speaker, nais din po nating malaman kung ano po ang dahilan. Bakit po nakaspecify na every 5 years yung pag-alam natin ng status of employment ng ating mga graduates. Mari po ba itong maging 3 years or 2 years para po mas ma-check talaga natin more often yung quality ng trabaho ng ating graduates?
Well, yung pong council na yan can review on a regular basis, not only every 5 years. They can do it within the 5-year period, and it can be annual, it can be biannual ang pag-review po nito.
Okay. Mr. Speaker, final question natin, at ito po yung isa sa mga pangunahing concerns natin on this proposed bill kasi ang gusto po nito ay i-direct ang ating educational system para masatisfy yung labor demand. Pero sa observation natin in the past, Mr. Speaker, ang nagiging tendency natin, halimbawa sa ating curriculum, na dahil ang focus ay paano gagawing job ready yung ating mga kabataan, may mga pagkakataon po na napuput aside natin ang mga skills na kailangan din ng ating kabataan, hindi lamang bilang future employees, pero bilang mga citizens din ng ating bansa. Example, humanities, social sciences. Sa observation po natin, lagi patok yung STEM na strand. Kahit mga kabataang hindi naman talaga forte yung STEM, pero tinitake nila yung STEM dahil tingin nila yun yung makakatulong sa kanila to merely become employable. So, ano po kayo magiging impact ng magiging recommendations ng tripartite council na ito sa ating curriculum?
Magkakaroon po ng recommendation ang Tripartite Council para addressin hindi lamang po yung mga technical skills na kailangan i-develop sa iba't ibang paaralan, kundi pati na yung aspeto ng mga programa tungkol sa social sciences. Hindi lang ito na ibanggit dito kasi yung skills gap o kaya skills deficit sa ating lipunan ngayon ay hindi lamang patungkol sa mga technical skills. Actually, tatlo yan. Yung una, yung skills nga, kailangan masiguro natin na they meet the requirement of the jobs that are available right now. Meron ding aspeto sa tungkol sa behavior na kailangan ma-develop ng ating mga estudyante na kailangan sa iba't ibang industriya. Pangatlo, hindi lamang yon. Yung pangatlo, depende sa on the regional and sectoral areas. Kasi merong mga skills na kailangan, halimbawa dito sa Luzon, na ang skills naman ay wala dito sa Luzon, nasa ibang reyon. So kailangan ma-identify natin yon. At ang gagawa nito will be the Tripartite Council para masiguro natin na merong convergence yung skills na kailangan sa isang region at doon ay dapat mapunta yung mga magtatrabaho dyan at yung mga industriya nandun din.
Okay. Mr. Speaker, yun lang po yung gusto nating tiyakin, na lalo na kung sa college naman, pinaka-popular yung mga business courses, pero kapag courses like araling Philippine Studies, yun po kadalasan talaga konti yung mga enrollment dahil nga hindi patok o walang sapat na job opportunities para sa ganong mga kurso. Kaya pwedeng sinasadya na lang din ng mga paaralan na kontian yung slots o i-phase out na rin talaga totally ang ganong mga kurso. Kaya po sa halip na matangay tayo nung Agos, ganyan, ang representasyon po na ito, Mr. Speaker, gusto talaga natin na ma-address ang job mismatch tsaka yung unemployment na along that ay natutumbok din talaga natin ang root causes ng kakulangan ng sapat na trabaho sa ating bansa. And that would be how to create and strengthen our national industries. We need to chart our educational system to primarily meet the job demands of our country. At hindi po yung halimbawa service-oriented industries na magbe-benefit yung ating mga foreign companies kasi that would unnecessarily limit our educational system, pati rin yung development ng ating kabataan. Yun lamang po, Mr. Speaker, and we thank our sponsor for answering the questions.
Thank you very much, Mr. Interpellator, Mr. Speaker.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, there being no other member who desires to interpolate the sponsor, I move that we close the period of sponsorship and debate.
Is there any objection? The chair hears none. The period of sponsorship and debate is hereby closed.
Mr. Speaker,
Majority Leader.
I move that we open the period of amendments.
Is there any objection? The chair hears none. The period of amendments is hereby open. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, there being no amendments, neither no amendments, individual or committee, I move that we end the period of amendments.
Is there any objection? The chair hears none. The period of amendments is hereby closed. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move to vote on second reading House Bill number 7370.
As many as are in favor of House Bill 7370, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, please say nay. The ayes have it. House Bill 7370 is hereby approved on second reading. Congratulations. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, under the same calendar of unfinished business, I move that we resume consideration of House Bill number 7400 under Committee Report number 382. And for this purpose, may I request the Secretary General to read the title of the bill.
Is there any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved, and the Secretary General is directed to read the title of House Bill 7400.
House Bill number 7400, an act institutionalizing an enterprise-based education and training program to strengthen technical vocational education and training and appropriating funds therefore.
The Majority Leader will please state the parliamentary status of House Bill 7400.
The parliamentary status of this bill, Mr. Speaker, is that this is still in the period of sponsorship and debate. For this purpose, may I move that the chairman of the Committee on Higher and Technical Education, the Honorable Mark Go of the Lone District of Baguio City, be recognized.
The gentleman from the Lone District of Baguio City, the Honorable Mark Go, is recognized to sponsor the measure.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I am now ready to answer questions from our colleagues this afternoon.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that the Honorable Raul Manuel of the Kabataan Party List be recognized to interpolate the sponsor.
The Honorable Manuel of the Party List Kabataan is recognized for his interpellation.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Would the sponsor be willing to answer questions?
Yes, Mr. Interpellator.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Unang tanong po, meron po ba itong overlap sa tinalakay natin dati na National Apprenticeship Program Bill?
Wala pong overlap ito in the sense that ito pong bill na ito is a complementary bill with that of the bill that we have passed in the Committee on Labor on the apprenticeship program, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Interpellator.
Natanong po natin yon, Mr. Speaker, dahil marami pong mga punto sa House Bill 7400 ay kahawig ng mga provisions din ng bill on the National Apprenticeship Program. Halimbawa po, Mr. Speaker, we'd like to ask, kasi ang magiging training allowance para sa mga mag-undergo ng enterprise-based training ay nakatakda po dito,
yes,
equivalent to 75% of the minimum wage. So, Mr. Speaker, again, paano po natin mapipigilan na halimbawa ang ibibigay na load dahil bahagi yan ng magiging training, quote-unquote, bibigyan ng workload na kapantay ng mga regular na manggagawa pero ang training allowance ay 75% lamang ng minimum wage.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Interpellator, dapat we need to put these things in the proper context. There are several training programs that are now being conducted by TESDA in particular. And one of the most important training programs is this enterprise-based training program. And this is what we would like to focus on because in the recent years, medyo bumababa po ang training na ito in the different enterprises in the country. not because of the 75% minimum fee that is paid by the employer to these trainees, but because there are very few companies who are offering this kind of program. And what we would like to do here is to encourage the different companies to have this kind of enterprise-based training program.
Yeah. Mr. Speaker, sa ating layunin na i-encourage yung enterprises na mag-conduct ng ganitong training, ang iniwasan po kasi natin na ang maging incentive for them to partake in this kind of program ay magkakaroon po sila ng dagdag na mga tao sa kanilang enterprise through those trainees. Tapos bibigyan sila ng workload na pwedeng maging mabigat, pero sa halip na mabigyan sila ng sapat na compensation, ang ibibigay lang ay training allowance na hindi kapantay ng minimum wage. So, paano po kaya natin mapipigilan ang ganong scenario, Mr. Speaker?
Sisiguraduhin po natin na this is not a substitute for hiring a regular employee. Hindi po ganoon ang intensyon ng batas na ito na ating ipinail. Ang kailangan po natin dito ay masiguro natin that this is a training program that is conducted and monitored by the appropriate agency. Kaya masiguro natin na this will not be used as a way of circumventing yung provision ng pagbabayad ng minimum wage.
Mr. Speaker, in relation to that, nasa Section 20 ng House Bill 7400 na merong cap na 20%. Ibig sabihin po, dapat ang trainees ay hindi lumagpas sa 20% ng total number of regular employees. Pero po merong exemption na pwede po upon determination ng TESDA board, pwedeng taasan. Ibig sabihin pwedeng beyond 20% ng bilang ng regular employees, pwedeng i-compose yun ng mga trainees. So baka po lalo itong makaengganyo sa mga enterprises na okay, sige, mag-accept tayo ng trainees. Tapos may incentives pa for them, tapos yun, 75% lang yung ibabayad nila sa trainees.
Mr. Speaker, Madam Mr. Interpellator, basahin po natin yung another sentence immediately after the sentence that you have mentioned. Nakalagay dito in Section 20, nakalagay after those provision that you mentioned, provided further that any person who shall be engaged as a trainee in excess of the threshold therein provided shall be considered as a regular employee of the enterprise. Yung po yung proteksyon natin na hindi pwedeng mag-exceed ng 20%.
Yeah. But Mr. Speaker, kasi bago po yung part na iyon, ang nakalagay po, provided that the TESDA board may, upon recommendation of the industry association, increase or decrease the cap if necessary. So ibig sabihin po, merong leeway na from 20%, pwedeng gawing 30, 40, 50. Lahat po ng mga yon considered trainees. Tapos yung lalagpas doon, yun na lamang yung ma-consider na mga regular employees.
Nakalagay naman dun sa subsequent provision, provided further. That means pag nag-exceed ng 20%, kailangan ay maging regular employee yung mga yon.
Yeah. But Mr. Speaker, dahil nga po merong opportunity na kapag nag-recommend po ang industry association tapos aaprobahan ng TESDA board, pwede po na yung 20% na yon ay taasan, ganyan. So yun po yung ating pinupunto.
Yes, pwede yun. Pero yung excess dun sa 20% will be considered as regular employee as provided for under Section 20.
But Mr. Speaker, yung kapo na yun din yung threshold. Ibig sabihin po, siya yung pwedeng i-adjust. So yung 20% po ay hindi siya static. At yun nga, the TESDA board has the power eventually to raise the cap beyond 20%.
Yes, you can do that, but you can only do it even when the number in excess of 20% shall be considered as regular employees as provided for under this provision.
Okay, but I think, Mr. Speaker, the point would still stand na merong leeway talaga na magdagdag ng mga trainees tapos damihan po sila. Pero sige, I won't belabor the point. I'll proceed to...
Hindi ba maganda yon, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Interpellator, that the more trainees that we get, in excess of 20, they will be considered as regular employees. And because of that, we'll have more people who will be trained, which is the main objective of this particular measure. But the protection there is, itong provision na ito. And ang maganda pa rito, under Section 17, even when these people will be hired, they will now be exempted from the probationary period. So that means pag kinuha sila under this particular program at sila'y na-hire, they don't need to be probationary employees. And that is a protection to these employees.
Yeah, but yun nga rin po, Mr. Speaker, na sila ay mga trainee pa lamang, hindi pa naman talaga sila employee, pero still, yung workload kasi nila, yun yung ating concern. Tapos, meron din kasing provision, Mr. Speaker, na yung student trainee who is a minor shall be excluded from high-risk, dangerous, or hazardous occupations. Pero po, yung mga hindi minor, ibig sabihin, hindi na sila ma-exclude from high-risk, dangerous, or hazardous occupation. So, may ganun pong working conditions for them, dagdag pa dun sa pinag-uusapan po natin kanina na magiging workload nila habang student trainee pa lamang sila.
Mr. Speaker, one of our problems today because of lack of experiences of these people who are applying for jobs, they are not taken by companies. So one way of addressing that concern is itong enterprise-based training program that is contemplated in this particular bill. And that will help them. Pag ikaw ay nag-a-apply ngayon, di ba, tinitingnan kung ano yung karanasan mo. At the same time, this can be a preparatory to their employment, not only by the company that gets them under this particular program, but other companies that have similar, probably, operations or business. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Interpellator.
Mr. Speaker, while of course, yung training, yung hands-on, yung practical na pag-aaral, magandang bahagi talaga yan ng edukasyon. Pero po, paano po natin mapoprotektahan naman yung mga student trainees, lalo yung mga hindi na menor de edad? Kasi po, pwede silang ma-expose sa mga delikadong tipo ng gawain sa loob ng empresa kung saan man sila magte-training.
Dito po sa batas na ito, poproteksyonan po natin sila, kasama na rin ang mga ibang empleyado na nandun na pinoproteksyonan ng ating labor code kung mayroong mga sitwasyon na ganon. But in this particular case, we would like to assure the Mr. Interpellator that our trainees under this particular program will be protected. Magkakaroon ng hindi lamang ang DOLE ang tutulong dito para masiguro natin that they are protected, but even TESDA, because this is the main agency that will implement this particular program.
Okay, Mr. Speaker, sa usapin po ulit ng training allowance, kasi nabanggit din sa panukalang batas na pwede ang ibigay na training allowance ay nasa forma ng cash, pwede din in kind or combination. So, ibig sabihin po pwede na kung merong maraming surplus products yung isang factory, hindi niya naibenta, baka po yun yung ibigay niya sa halip na magbigay siya ng cash talaga dun sa mga student trainee. So, how can we also avoid that? Kasi at least for their allowance, magagamit nila para sa pamasahe, pagkain nila. Mas mainam po na at the minimum cash talaga yung maibigay, hindi po na may kasamang goods.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Interpellator, Nasa trainee po yan kung gusto niyang i-substitute yung kanyang cash payment sa items.
Okay. Mr. Speaker, ito naman, it's a clarificatory question regarding Section 15B. Kasi nabanggit po dito, may compulsory participation sa enterprise-based training ang mga private companies na nag-employ ng foreign technicians. So, maaari po ba nating malaman ano po ang rationale behind this, no? Na bakit po yung mga foreign technicians, yung mga kumpanya kung nasan sila, required na mag-conduct ng ganitong training?
Meron po kasi mga skills na hindi pa available dito sa ating bansa, nandito sa mga iba't ibang kumpanya, na ang mga nagtitrain ay mga galing sa ibang bansa, mga foreign workers. Kagaya po nung ako'y nagtrabaho sa isang semiconductor companies, because the business was then new, no, and we need trainees. There are new equipments introduced into the country, new product lines, new technology. Kailangan ang magtitrain dyan ay yung mga galing sa ibang bansa kasi sila ang nag-produce ng mga produktong ito o mga equipment na ito. Kaya napapalubo itong provision na ito dito. Kasi if you train them and you are not qualified to train them, because it's a new technology, new equipment, new product, new service that is introduced, mahirapan po yung local trainers natin. So kailangan meron tayong provision that would address itong ganito by having a provision that might be needed in the future, no? By having a foreign trainer.
Okay. Mr. Speaker, on fees, in relation to the enterprise-based training, kapag po magpaparehistro ang mga estudyante para maging bahagi po nito, may mga kaakibat po ba itong bayarin? Yung kumpanya po ba ay merong jurisdiction or meron po ba siyang pagkakataon para mag-impose ng registration fee sa mga student trainees?
Dapat wala po yan. Kasi ano po ito this is a program and we would like to encourage enterprises as well as the students, if they are still students, to participate in this particular program.
Okay. And the final question, Mr. Speaker, on Section 16, it says meron pong tax exemptions ang mga enterprise na magiging bahagi ng enterprise-based training. Hindi po ba magiging foregone revenue ang tax na hindi po natin masisingil sa kanila?
Well, maliit lang po ito. It will not really matter yung amount Kasi ang mangyayari po dito, this will be part of the expenditure of the company. And once it is part of the expense of the company, it will be included as part of the operating expense. So in that sense, kasama po yon sa gross expenses ng kumpanya and therefore mababawasan po yung kanilang taxable income. Pero maliit lang po ito. It will not be much.
Mr. Speaker, meron po ba tayong estimates doon sa magkano yung total na tax exemptions natin?
Hindi po natin na-compute yung exact amount, but if you look at the figures, for example, dito po sa experience ngayon, as of now, if you look at the total number of trainees under this enterprise-based training, napakaliit lang po nito. Total is about ano lang ito? Tama pong 1 milyon ito. Total ng possible tax. Kasi po nasa gross income po ito
Okay. So, Mr. Speaker, I'm done with my questions. And again, when we discuss policies that actually connect education to employment. Ang gusto lang po talaga natin paano nabibigyan ng dekalidad na edukasyon ang kabataan para yung edukasyon nila in turn ay ma-apply nila dito sa ating bansa at hindi po sila at the mercy of lalo na yung mga big corporations natin who would actually be given additional opportunities to exploit our youth. Yun lamang po yung ating gustong iwasan with any program that we have for our young people and our trainees. So that would be all, Mr. Speaker, and we thank the sponsor for answering the questions.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Interpellator, I agree with you po na dapat talagang hindi gamitin ito bilang paraan para exploit natin. At sinisiguro po natin na hindi po dapat mangyari yan dito sa ating bansa. Ito'y basically for training, and we would like to give them the necessary skills and competencies so that when they work or even run their own business, ay magagamit po nila ito. Thank you po. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, there being no other interpellator on the sponsor, I move that we close the period of sponsorship and debate.
Is there any objection? The chair hears none. The period of sponsorship and debate is hereby closed. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move to open the period of amendment.
Is there any objection? The chair hears none. The period of amendments is hereby open.
Mr. Speaker, I move, there being no individual nor committee amendment, I move that we close the period of amendment.
Is there any objection? The chair hears none. The period of amendments is hereby closed. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move to vote on second reading House Bill number 7400.
As many as are in favor of House Bill 7400, please say aye. Those opposed, please say nay. The ayes have it. House Bill 7400 is hereby approved on second reading. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, in accordance with our rules under Section 60, I move, Mr. Speaker, that we transmit all the bills approved today on third and final reading to the Senate of the Philippines, Mr. Speaker. So
Is there any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, in accordance with our rules governing inquiries in aid of legislation, I move that we refer the following House resolutions to the appropriate committees. House Resolution number 806 to the Committee on Trade and Industry. House Resolution number 809 to the National Defense and Security Committee. House Resolution number 816 to the Committee on Transportation. House Resolution number 817 to the Committee on Ways and Means. House Resolution number 818 to the Committee on Transportation. House Resolution number 829 to the Committee on Ecology. House Resolution number 835 to the Committee on Ecology, and House Resolution number 836 to the Committee on Disaster Resilience. So moved, Mr. Speaker.
Is there any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved, and the aforementioned House resolutions are referred to the aforementioned committees. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, still pursuant to our rules governing inquiries in aid of legislation, I move that we refer the following speeches to the appropriate committees. The speech of Representative Olaso delivered on March 6, 2023, be referred to the Committee on Public Order and Safety. The speech of Representative Manuel delivered on March 6, 2023, be referred to the Committee on Economic Affairs. And the speech of Representative Brosas delivered on March 8, 2023, be referred to the Committee of Women, Gender, and Gender Equality. So moved, Mr. Speaker.
Is there any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved, and the aforementioned privileged speeches are referred to the aforementioned committees.
Mr. Speaker, I move for the change of referral of the following measures. House Bill number 2141 from the Committee on Natural Resources to the Committee on Tourism. House Bill numbers 1701 and 2933 from the Committee on Disaster Resilience to the Committees on Ways and Means and Disaster Resilience. House Bill numbers 2996 and 5642 from the Committee on Disaster Resilience to the Committees on Housing and Urban Development and Disaster Resilience. House Bill number 3840 from the Committee on Disaster Resilience to the Committees on Government Reorganization and Disaster Resilience. House Bill number 5899 from the Committee on Disaster Resilience to the Committees on Government Reorganization and Disaster Resilience. And finally, House Bill number 7562 from the Special Committee on Food Security to the Committee on Human Rights.
Is there any objection? The chair hears none. The change in referrals are all approved. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we include as additional co-authors to House Bill numbers 6772, 7414, 7426, 7446, 7447, 7505, and 7525, and House Resolution numbers 448 and 839 as contained in the list to be submitted by the Committee on Rules.
Is there any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move that we now proceed with the additional reference of business and request that the Secretary General be directed to read the titles of the bills and resolutions on first reading, as well as communications and committee reports.
Is there any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved and the Secretary General is so directed.
Additional reference of business, committee reports. Committee report number 445, submitted by the Committee on Higher and Technical Education and the Committee on Appropriations on House Bill number 7620.
To the Committee on Rules.
Committee report number 446, submitted by the Special Committee on East ASEAN Growth Area on House Resolution number 454.
To the Committee on Rules.
Committee report number 447, submitted by the Committee on Tourism on House Bill number 7626.
To the Committee on Rules.
Committee report number 448, submitted by the Committee on Tourism on House Bill number 7639.
To the Committee on Rules.
Committee report number 449, submitted by the Committee on Tourism on House Bill number 7641.
To the Committee on Rules.
Committee report number 450, submitted by the Committee on Tourism on House Bill number 7642.
To the Committee on Rules. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, there being no other items to consider, I move that we adjourn session until March 20, 2023 at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Session is adjourned until March 20 at 3 p.m. Atik na yan, picture talaga.
Aga natin.